In Las Vegas, Jeff Mayweather helped me with my defense, teaching me how to defend against every punch. His brother, Roger Mayweather, had a son. His son, Lakai Mayweather, actually helped me when it came to applying the defense. We would spar, and I would work only on my defense while he would punch.
Even Jeff is leaving. Even Jeff is leaving. Look at this. Look how quiet it is. Ain't nobody in here. Except for Lakai, the little mamba, being the trainer of the day. I waited till everybody left. Nico Ali Walsh and his mom was here sparring. I think Chris Eubank. Otis was busy. But now nobody's here. And I'm about to get a workout. Alright, Otis.
Roger Mayweather's longtime friend from Michigan, Otis Pimpleton. Otis was the only other person who was in charge of training Lakai Mayweather other than Roger himself. He's pretty much the head trainer at the Mayweather gym and oversees all of the amateur boxing athletes. You'll also notice Otis with Floyd Mayweather Jr. helping him train for fights.
Is that right or wrong? Okay. I thought it was gonna catch. Oh.
Greg Fredo. This guy has studied pad work underneath Roger Mayweather and tried to learn as much as he could from him. We did a 4-hour session, and I tried to get as much information from him as possible. He taught me pretty much everything he knows, or at least he had 4 hours to try to. However, a lot of what we worked on, I would not be able to use in most of my fights because of the difference in range. I am a long-range fighter, so the mid-range and close-range techniques I'd have to hold off on until later in my development. Nevertheless, Greg Fredo gave me a great workout, and he definitely earned his money. You'll see me pretty much showing the highlights of the workout, but I pushed myself all the way to exhaustion to the point where I collapse.
Aim right here. Yep, right to the sword punch. Boom, boom. Yes, that was beautiful right there. That's sport.
Joe Bish, also a good friend of Otis Pimpleton, grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and trained under the legendary trainer Emanuel Stewart. Emanuel Stewart was famous for the Kronk Gym and training the likes of Thomas Hearns. What I love about Joe Bish is that he will teach me absolutely every ounce of knowledge he possesses. The only problem is the amount of time I have with him. I returned to Vegas to work out with Otis and Fareed Samad. I was actually supposed to do a 3-hour workout with Otis, but he ended up quitting after 1 hour, and that's how I got to work out with Fareed Samad.
I've been boxing for less than a year. My journey brings me back to Salt Lake City. The goal is to develop infighting, how to get close from long range, to control and damage my opponents. I will be training under Joe Bish and Die Standing Boxing Club. And this is the University of Boxing, where I learned the sweet science from the ground up. My name is Jeremiah Sellers. I travel the world to learn under world-class coaches and to show you a student's perspective of how to grow as a boxer. My mission is to help educate those who can't afford to do this. Because make no mistake, it is not cheap.
Now I'm in Hollywood in Los Angeles, California, and I'm training with Justin Juco. He actually fought a really good fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr., which most people don't know about. This former world champ taught me a few things. I traveled to General Santos, Philippines. And obviously, the only reason I'm in General Santos is because I wanted to check out Manny Pacquiao's gym. While training at his gym, a few of his professional athletes give me a lot of good advice and techniques.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Next, I traveled to Mandaue City in Cebu, Philippines. I came to the Villamor gym where I got to meet Ala Villamor, who fought Ricardo Lopez. I also got to meet Melvin Jerusalem, the current world champion at minimum weight. Next, I fly to Manila where I work out at the Penalosa boxing gym. People don't realize, but right before Pacquiao, Jerry Penalosa was a world champion for the Philippines. He knocked out the champion with a beautiful counter to the body. At this gym, I train a lot on mid-range combinations, which is a specialty in the Philippines. Mid-range combinations, head movement, and footwork. I personally do not believe new fighters should work on mid-range until after they have some experience with long range and close range, because mid-range is like the kitchen. It's the heat. Can't handle the heat, you got to get out the kitchen. I travel back to Vegas right before I go to Mexico. Here I'm trying to work on some close range hooks because my whole goal in Mexico is to work on close range. However, because of my style, I don't like the idea of recklessly closing in. So I'm consciously making an effort to keep my defense as much as possible. In this controlled spar, I'm trying to apply pressure while keeping my defense. I'm not allowed to hit him in the face, so it's kind of difficult trying to only hit his body. But I do controlled spars like this so I can get comfortable with whatever my goal is. And this is getting comfortable with being at mid-range and entering into close range. Mexico, Mexico. What I absolutely love about learning how to box here is that the level of technique, the trainers don't even speak English, and yet you can understand almost everything they're trying to teach you from the way they are positioning their body and executing the technique. It's almost like super pure of motion and body mechanics. This is Javier Carmona out of Gimnasio Nuevo Jordan in Mexico City.